Lunch Therapy. Welcome, everybody. It is Lunch Therapy. It is Interview Friday. And I have a fantastic guest for you today. Yes, as you can see, I'm all dressed up, which never happens on this show, ever. But because we are going to be going to the Magic Castle virtually here with our guest, Jonathan Levit, I decided to dress up. I promised. So here I am, ready to go. We've got to do our breathing, though. That's the thing. We're going to breathe in this weird, strange world that we live in, because everybody's living in a weird, strange world. So in through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. I see Guignel is here. I see Chuck is here. Sharpness. Yes, sharpness. Suit and tie. Yeah, I promised, right? I promised. And here I am. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. Took a lot today to wear a suit and tie. Of course, I have no pants on. No shoes, no nothing. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. So I've got Jonathan Levit here. He is on the board of trustees for the Magic Castle. Plus, he is an actor. He is a magician. He coached Steve Carell on the Incredible Burt Wonderstone, which is a great movie, by the way. You have to see that movie if you're wondering who did all the magic. He actually was the hands of Steve Carell too when he was doing some magic tricks, especially I think in the old folks' home and various things. We're going to talk to him about that. Here's a picture. Alan Arkin, Steve Carell, and our guest, Jonathan Levit. So there he is. There's some more here. They're super fun. I might as well show these. Yeah. We can talk about that with him. So yeah, we're really lucky to have him today. Without further ado, as I like to say, I'm going to bring him on. I'm going to show you a little trailer for him first. But here we go. It's Interview Friday. Welcome, everybody.
Are you serious?
Wow, that was impressive. Oh my God, I'm so like psyched up now. Anyway, it's so great to have you on the show. The crowd is going wild.
Woo!
Yeah, magically creates a lot of smiles. Welcome, Jonathan Levit.
Hi, Joel.
Hey, it's good to see you.
It's great to see you. Thank you for having me on the show. How fun.
Oh my God, it's such a treat. I feel so fortunate to have you here. I watched the Burt Wonderstone movie, and it was hilarious. Oh, yeah. I also, one of those tricks that I enjoy is the one where you take the card and you snap it and it turns into a different card. That was in
Now You See Me.
Now You See Me, right? It's in the beginning of the movie, right? Did you teach him to do that trick as well?
Yeah, I taught Jesse Eisenberg how to do that trick. And he did a great job.
It's a tough one. I had Joe Fury on the show attempting it, my alter ego, on Tuesday. And he managed to get it. Took a lot of takes, though, I'll tell you.
It's all about the angle of the fingers.
You did it? Yeah.
A little tip for anybody watching.
So how did you get into magic? How did you find it? You found it at a young age, I take it, right?
I found it at the age that most kids find it. I found it at the age of 8. My dad was a magician.
Your dad was a magician?
Yeah.
How did I miss that? Wow. Cool.
Yeah, and I, you know what? He as a young man used to perform magic in Canada and New York. And when I was 8 years old, I found he had his magic props. He was born he was from New York. Yeah. And there's a magic shop, was and still is one of the greatest magic shops, Tannen's Magic Shop. And when he was a kid, he would go into Tannen's in New York, in the city in Manhattan, and he would buy magic props and he would do magic shows as a young man. And anyway, so when I was a kid, 8 years old, I found some of those magic props in the bottom drawer of a dresser in our home in St. Louis, Missouri. That's where I grew up. And that's it. And a lot of these props from Tannen's, and I found them and I got into it.
Were your parents interested in your magic? You know how when you're a little kid and you're like, pick a card. Were they like always like, yeah, I'm gonna pick a card for you? Or were they like, after a while they're like, dude, stop with the cards?
Yeah, they hated it. Actually the truth is they were so supportive. Supportive. In fact, I tell a story often. I think this is right. I was learning to play the violin as a kid. And there came a time, right about 8 years old, that they looked at me and they said, "Yeah, that's not going to work." And they took that violin away and they gave me a deck of cards because
it's quieter.
It was not musically inclined.
Doesn't shriek as much.
No, yeah, they were like, "We can't. We'll pick any card you want for as long as you want for the rest of our lives if you just promise to stop playing that violin."
Please. Stop.
It was a good deal. It was a good deal. I said, all right, I'll do that. So,
well, did you, did your family travel?
Yeah, a lot, actually. In fact, you know what? I don't know how many people, I actually lived in Iran as a kid.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So we when I was 3, we moved over to Iran, lived there for 5 years until 1979. During the revolution, we were some of the last Americans to be forced out of the country. And during that time, we traveled a lot around the world and then continued to. So no, we were always a family that did that. And it's led into my life as an adult. I traveled quite a bit. And I love it. We love it. And I value those experiences for sure.
What was that like living in Iran back then?
Well, from what I can tell, from what I remember, it was great.
Yeah.
Until we were forced out of the country. That seemed to put a damper on things.
It kind of put a damper on things.
Yeah, it did. Now, I the truth is I left when I was 8. So the memories that I have are real memories and memories that have been implanted in my head that have become real memories, right? Through stories told and pictures shown have become the memories. My brother, who is a little older than me, 4 years older, 12 years old at the time when we left, would have had a different experience, I'm sure, than I did. But leaving it at 8, I still have very, very good memories of it.
Well, it's a beautiful country, and the people are extraordinary, from what I understand.
Extraordinary.
I have never been there, but I understand that they're wonderful people.
It's absolutely true. And even to this day, as an adult, when I meet Iranians, we always connect, and they're always so welcoming. And I know that when I was there as a kid, we would travel as a family around the country and be welcomed into homes in different villages. They would just bring us in and feed us, and people that were, that clearly had no, it was not about money. It was about being human and welcoming us into their homes. It was really.
That's one of the things that shocked me when I went to India originally was, like I got there and people would come up to me and they'd ask me a lot of questions, and I'd be thinking like, what's their angle? Like, what are they trying to, you know what I mean? Because we're so used to that here. If a stranger comes up to you and is interested in you, you're thinking, well, what are they going to get out of me? Or are they picking my pocket, or what? You know what I mean? I mean, as a pickpocket yourself, I'm sure.
Yeah, right. No, exactly. Yeah. No, it's very nice. The human factor is amazing, and the truth is that around the world, if you respect another's culture, they will respect you, and that's what it comes down to. And we need to take that lesson and bring it into our own lives.
Boy,
here.
we need that now, right? Mm-hmm. Totally need that. When you were moving around a lot, did you use magic to make yourself cool when you came into a situation where you didn't know anybody?
You know what? I have to say, as an adult traveling, magic is absolutely that universal language, right? So you can do I always carry something with me, and usually it's the same thing, but I always carry something with me, and you do that, and it breaks the ice, and it allows people to just feel more comfortable with you. And magic's been very, very valuable.
It is
not as in a way that I'm using it, but it is a way to break down walls.
Of course. Yeah. And I wanted to say to everybody out there, we're live. So if anybody has any questions that they want to pose down at the bottom, feel free to jump in. I don't know if I'll get to them, but
we're live.
We're totally. This is live. This is happening right now. Yeah. So, okay. So,
love it.
Did you set out to be a magician originally, like as a profession, or was it a hobby, or how did that come about, or did you set out to be an actor?
That's a good question. No, I don't know that I set out to do anything in my life that I've done. To be quite frankly,
really?
Would probably make my parents very proud.
Yeah.
This is all my mother's fault, actually. When I was 12 years old, I was growing up. I grew up in St. Louis, as I said. We moved there when I was 8 after we came back from Iran. And when I was 12, my mother found an ad for a local outdoor venue that was looking for street performers and for the summer months. And she said, "Jonathan, you should do that." And I said, "Okay." So I went and I auditioned for them, and I ended up street performing from the age of 12. And that was how I was making money. I was learning to perform in front of a group of people, an audience in that way. And it was unbelievable. And it was really the proving grounds. And one of my friends, Dale Jones, was a brilliant performer and juggler. I had a hand that was not usable, so he was a one-handed juggler. He was with Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey.
He was a one-handed juggler.
Yeah, an unbelievable performer. And he really took me under his wing and taught me so much about doing it. And I owe a lot to him for that.
He had a wing too? He had one arm and a wing?
No. I took me under his wing.
Oh, I see. I'm just kidding. This is a comedy show.
I was like, wow. Is this a real, wow, you have a wing. And that was offensive to him. So anyway, we got off to a rocky start, he and I. No, it was great. And I owe so much to him for that.
So cool.
So, yeah, it was great. So, and I did that for many, many years.
Well, wait, did you, as a 12-year-old kid, were you like, I can't go out there? I mean, how did you start? You just went out there, you put a hat down and said, I'm going to do some tricks here on the street?
Yeah, you just did it.
You didn't have that kind of voice in your head that was like, well, what if I look like a fool?
No, you know what? I have to tell you, at a certain point, there's a certain point at which you become nervous, right, as a performer. And prior to that point, you have no nervousness. In fact, I think I was about 14 years old. I was about to walk out on stage. And another old friend of mine, mentor, who's now passed away, Conrad Dunn, said to me, I said to him, "Oh my gosh, I think I'm really nervous." And he was backstage doing some tech. And he said, "That's good. a good thing. That means you're going to want to do better. And
Yeah.
I remember the moment that I first had nerves. And before that, I was like, no problem, So I think that helped me understand, So now, even to this day, I am nervous going on stage.
You
even
are.
to this day.
Yeah.
Which is
Which I think is the kind of energy you need sometimes.
Absolutely, it totally fuels me. Absolutely fuels me. So that's a good thing. But before that, no, I really was very loose. Very happy to go.
Did you go on TV at a young age? Weren't you on like a television show at like 12?
I was. You have done your homework.
I've done my research. Yes.
I was 12 years old when I went on Sally Jesse Raphael.
No way. With the red, did she have the red glasses on?
Yeah, she did actually have the red glasses. And she, by the way, very scary as a kid to look at Sally Jesse Raphael with those big red glasses. David Copperfield was on as a guest, and I was coming through town. He was on tour, and he had just done the Statue of Liberty disappearance, and thanks to Jim Steinmeier. And I was a guest on the show. My friend Shep Hyken helped to get me on that show. I'm grateful to him as well. There were so many people in my life along the way that I'm so grateful for.
Yeah.
And I was on at that early age, and it was great, really great. So that was my first time on camera.
Wow. And did you get bitten by the bug, like you want to be on TV? Like, is that when you started like thinking maybe I want to be an actor, or did you just fall into being an actor because you were a magician?
Well, I think that's right. I was in Colorado working for a software company after college, doing the 9 to 5 job, which I loved.
Did you go to college for that?
I went to college to study advertising, actually.
Okay.
That's not true.
Yeah.
I came out studying advertising. I went into college as a math major because I wanted to be a high school math teacher.
That was what you wanted to be?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And my brother is in the math world. He's an actuary, and I love math. And I thought, so I'm sure
you're
that
like
my
a
brother
person of integrity. Weird. What are you doing in Los Angeles? I'm just kidding.
I didn't say exactly what I would teach the kids, but yes, the idea would be to teach them.
Yeah, that's great.
I love math, and even to this day, I incorporate math into my show.
I think that there's a lot of math in magic, right?
Well, there is the capacity for that, yes, and there is some overlap for sure, and so I love it. I mean, I love the intellectual aspect of it. So. And so I went to school for that and changed majors, went into broadcast journalism, eventually ended up in advertising because I love graphic design. And I thought, well, there was a nice graphical element and overlap there.
Yeah.
And came out with an advertising and philosophy degree.
Advertising and philosophy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
People, my wife majored in philosophy as well. And I think it's, like Steve Martin said, you learn just enough to screw you up for the rest of your life. Did you feel that way? Did you feel that way hitting all that philosophy early on?
It was, philosophy is, I love philosophy. And it is also one of those areas of study where you can really just kind of go off the rails and still be okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right. So wait, then what's the segue? How did you get to here?
Oh, right. That's a good question. So I end up in advertising, and because of my love for graphic design, that ended me up in the publishing industry on the software side of things in Colorado, working for a major software company that was influential in the publishing world. So that took me there. I love it. I still take part in that world today.
Yeah.
And which I'm very thankful for.
Yeah.
But I'm in Colorado, and there came a point in my life I said, you know what? People would say to me, what are you going to do with your life, Jonathan?
Yeah.
And I would say to them, I'm going to be on a sitcom.
You would?
Which is a ridiculous thing to say. I'm working for a software company in Colorado, and that was my answer.
Was it a joke, or were you serious?
No, I think I was serious, but it didn't jive. It doesn't jive. Right? Yeah. You go, sure, that's what I'm going to do. And at a certain point, you realize if you're living in Colorado working for a software company, that doesn't make sense. So you either have to have a come to Jesus with yourself, and figure out what it is that you're really going to do, or continue to say the lie. And I had an epiphany moment. I was in New York on business in the Wellington Hotel at 55th and 7th, and I was sitting there on my bed in the hotel room, and I thought, what am I doing?
Yeah.
So I called my friend out here, Steve Aronholtz, an old friend of mine who's a stand-up comic and writer, brilliant guy, and I said, I think I'm going to move to LA. He said, great, I'll help you. Come on out. So I went back from that business trip, quit my job, sold all my furniture. 2 weeks later, I was done and was on the road.
Wow. We got a question from the audience. How did David Copperfield make the Statue of Liberty disappear? Do you know? I mean, is it a secret?
Wow. That is such a bold question.
I know, it really is. To ask a magician, there's a whole creed here, right? There's
what?
Code.
That's a good question. And while we're on this live show, why don't I tell you? I'll tell you everything. Is there anything else you want to know? Sure. Okay.
Never ask a magician that, especially somebody else's secrets, right? You probably do know.
Truth is, I think he actually made it disappear because it's unbelievable.
Is it?
Unbelievable.
We gotta check that out. I remember when it happened, but I don't remember actually seeing it. Danielle, our person, said he wanted to be on Bosom Buddies. So there you go. Everybody wanted to be on Bosom Buddies. Who wants to be on
Bosom Buddies? I wanted to be on Bosom Buddies. It's a great show.
Of course. Now we're getting questions about how you do things like how you make the spoon bend. All right, so we're going to move on because we can't give away the magician's secrets here.
No,
this is a live program. He's going to leave.
Actually, here's an interesting thing. One of my close friends, when I moved to Los Angeles, was Wendy Jo Sperber. And Wendy Jo, you'll remember, was on Bosom Buddies.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, and our friend, she's since passed away, our dear friend, but her father was also a great friend, and he was also a magic collector and loved magic. And so we all of our lives overlapped, and I knew Burt, her father, later on from knowing Wendy. And anyway, I just tell you this because it's how all of our lives overlap and intersect.
There are a lot of actors that hang out at the Magic Castle. Is that right?
That's true. It's historically has been a place for celebrities to gather. And in fact, Neil Patrick Harris was our president for a time. Cary Grant was on the board of directors.
Really? Orson Welles apparently hung out there too. Orson Welles.
I think that's true. And Johnny Carson, an avid visitor.
Did he perform magic as well there?
Johnny Carson was a magician. Yeah,
he was. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then Steve Martin, apparently.
Steve Martin, a wonderful magician, and
Steve Martin does that great Flydini where he pulls things out of his fly. Did you ever see that one?
He did. In fact, believe he did it on the Palace stage at the Magic Castle.
Did he? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
cool. And Jason Alexander, who we know as an actor from lots of things, he's a wonderful magician.
That brings me to Rickey Jay. Rickey Jay, that's where it brought my mind. One of my favorite kind of magician actors.
Yeah.
You got a chance to work with him on the X-Files, right?
I did, and that was unbelievable.
Yeah, I want to show a clip. There's a little clip that I have here. I might not play the whole thing, but I'm going to show some of it.
Okay.
Show me something. Come on. Show me something.
I thought it was a great X-Files area doing magic.
This body has been dead for over a month.
And yet he performed yesterday. What a trooper.
Because it was magic and it's very hard to pull off the paranormal in a magic story, it became one of those incredibly complicated, convoluted stories.
We're dealing with powerful forces at work here.
We didn't know how we were going to tangle it for a while either.
Abracadabra, man.
We talked about, gee, it'd be nice to have someone like Rickey Jay, and then we got him.
This will be my greatest show ever.
He is arguably the best in the world at what he does.
We were very careful to make sure we were wide enough, none of this cutting into him back to his face.
Very impressive.
You just don't know the trick of how he's twisted his neck. That's the only question that's left unresolved.
How'd you do that?
Magic.
That ended up being one of the most satisfying episodes of the year.
Oh, seriously, Scully, how'd you do it?
I love that when he turns his head around. What was that all about? Is that a trick that he does, or was that? No, that's just part of the show. So you were like, what? Go ahead, tell me. I want to hear.
I was going to say, I think when that first aired, when it first aired, I think it was not the way they wanted it in CGI, and they ended up redoing it for the next airing and for the DVD.
Oh, really? They did. They redid it sort of like George Lucas style.
They went in and
back and changed the masterpiece. So
yeah,
you play.
It was a hard one to do.
You play like a huckster in that, don't you? Like a.
Yeah, I play a
grifter.
con man. Actually, he and I are a con team. Oh, I don't want to give it away, but it's been long enough.
I think it's been long enough. They haven't seen it by now.
Yeah. And I'm not even sure when it was on, but I think season 7, episode 8. Anyway, but the director, close friend of mine, Thomas Wright, brilliant director, actually said to us, he gave it the best direction. He said, "You are Robert Redford and Paul Newman in The Sting."
Oh yeah.
And as soon as we heard that, it's it just clicks in, and that's what our.
I think the best directors can do that. They give you like one little thing, and then you just run with it. It like puts you in the groove or whatever.
Totally true. Yeah.
Were you friends with Rickey Jay, or did you work with him a lot, or was it just
no? Here's the deal on that. Here's the deal. I said before I moved to LA, my dream is to move to Los Angeles and be on the X-Files.
Really? You said that?
Yeah, that was my dream.
That's
that was
awesome.
my dream. And my first acting job was on the X-Files.
Wow.
So I am, it's beyond amazing for me. So I came out here and I was taking classes and I was studying and I was preparing basically. And when the call came in to do this, I had the right opportunity at the right time. I was prepared in the right way. They were looking for actors that could do magic. They were looking for magicians that could act. But it turns out a very small
group
subset. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went in and I was lucky. I was really lucky to have that opportunity, and it was a long process to get the job, and I got it. And so when I went in, I remember the first day. So Tom Wright, as I mentioned, is now a close friend, but and I've worked with him on several projects, but he's an amazing director. And Vince Gilligan wrote.
Yeah,
this
that was him in
episode.
the trailer, right? Vince Gilligan, Breaking Bad, and all that.
As you know, from
he
Breaking
wrote that
Bad.
episode. Oh.
Yeah, he wrote that episode. So it was really amazing. And so I went in, and I remember the first day on the job. Actually, my first day on the job, I was there as a consultant, teaching David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson how to do some magic tricks that they then did in the show. So, and it was my second day on the job that I started as the actor in the episode, and went on for 10 more days. But the first day, Tom Wright said to me, "You know who we got from Malini, don't you?" And I said, "No, I have no idea." And he said, "We got Rickey Jay."
You were like,
and I was like, what is happening? I said, what is happening? So here I am in LA. My dream was to be on the X-Files. There I am on the X-Files.
Yeah.
Rickey Jay is my cohort, and it's just got better and better. And so no, at that point I was not friends with Rickey. To be fair, I was really amazed to be there with him. So and we got along great, and there it is. We went on to continue to do the show.
That is so.
And
cool.
actually, I met Rickey.
Yeah.
Speaking of Burt Sperber, I was at a party later on. I went to a party at Burt's house, and he had it was kind of a who's who gathering, and Rickey was there, and I was able to. And Burt said, "You should do some magic for everybody." And I was like, "You're out of your mind. There's no way. Rickey's here. Other folks that I highly respect are here. There's no way I'm doing magic."
Oh my God.
And later on, he said, "You should do some magic for Rickey." And I said, "Burt, you're out of your mind. I'm not going to do any magic for these people. I'm not going to do that."
Do I stutter?
Yeah, exactly. And so eventually he said, "You should do some magic for Rick, for all of us." And I said, "Okay, fine. I'm going to do something." And I then I was in this group of people, nervous beyond belief, because all the people that I highly respected in that room, including Rickey. And I remember I got on the floor. Magicians have this weird thing when we do magic for other magicians. We tend to like to get on the floor.
Oh, really?
Can't explain it. And I positioned Rickey to my left, out of sight, out of my peripheral vision. I was like, I don't want to know that Rickey's even in the room. Yeah. And I started doing this trick. And I remember there was a seat in front of me, and Rickey gets up and he says, "I can't see." And he gets up and he sits right in front of me.
Oh my God.
And what is I can't. This is the worst thing that could ever happen to me. Anyway, I did this trick, and and all I remember is Rickey at the end of it went,
Whoa!
"Oh
Wow,
my God."
that's
So
cool.
it was amazing.
How do you
So great.
handle nerves? Like, I mean, for me, like my hands probably start shaking first. So, and a lot of times that's what you're using. So how do you,
Right.
are you just naturally an ice man when it comes to your
No,
physical body,
no,
or
no.
how do you handle it?
No, they're my friends that know me know when I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go, we could tell that you were going under fire. No, I think you just kind of let the adrenaline kick in, and you let the nerves often come from lack of preparation.
That
Right.
makes
Not
sense.
always. I mean, sometimes
Yeah.
you're nervous because we
Or
have
at least a belief in lack of preparation.
right. Exactly. Right.
You have to convince yourself that you're prepared.
Yeah,
You got to
do that. And so if
Because
you
there are some people where they're just like fine no matter what, they're totally unprepared.
Yeah.
And they're totally fine because they believe they're prepared for some reason. They've just convinced themselves.
I don't know if I envy those people.
Just they're called buffoons.
Right. I refuse to answer this on the grounds that it may incriminate me. I don't want to go down that road. But there are people that are better in those situations than others, for sure. And I do. At times I do envy those folks that can.
Sure.
But when I'm not prepared, I do get nervous, and so and that's a lesson. You have to be more prepared going in, and that's what we have to. And experience helps to get you past a hurdle where you may not be as prepared as you should be.
Because you're like, I've done this.
Yeah,
so,
because you've done this, and you can get out of a situation, and you can.
That's the thing
navigate the
too.
water.
Do you have built-in kind of ways to get out of a situation if something doesn't go the right way?
Well,
Humor, I suppose.
some of the best advice, humor does help quite a bit, and sometimes people go, "Are you trying to be funny right now? Because you're not prepared." One of the best advice I ever got was from a magician named Tony Giorgio, who's a wonderful magician, and you've seen him in the days and as the hands in certain movies, The Sting 2 and what have you. Wow. Just this kind of gruff, kind of a guy, but great magician. Anyway, I moved to LA, and I was at a house party, and when I say party, I'm talking about 6 people. In a house up in Mulholland, and my friend Phil Briggs brought me there, and it was pretty cool. I was fresh off the bus, and I remember walking in, and there were, like I said, we made up 6 people. Actually, we probably made up 5 because I was alone. So 2 of the people that were there, one of them was Tony Giorgio.
Oh man!
And I walked in, I thought, what is happening? I seem to do that a lot here.
I think you're like a magician with a mental magician.
Yeah. So there's Tony, and I hello, nice to meet you. Next thing I know, I'm in the living room of this house in a 3-hour private session with Tony Giorgio.
Wow.
And and of course he's telling me everything I'm doing wrong. So it was a fantastic session, and it really was. And I remember he said to me some of the best advice I've ever received, and I use it. I think about it to this day in everything I do. That magic is like jazz, and the audience doesn't know what you're doing when you go in. So don't run when nobody's chasing you, and know that magic is a little bit like jazz, and I employ that to this day, the idea that magic is like jazz. So what I do sort of has that feeling, and that allows you to kind of navigate most situations.
I love that. Are you up for doing some magic?
Oh my God. Yeah.
I've got somebody, a surprise guest.
Yeah. Who's
going to come on? He's a comedian. He's the darling of comedy, the darling of the comedy scene.
Really?
His name is Howard Ronan. I'm going to bring him here. One of our guests wants you to pull a hummingbird out of your sleeve. I don't know. Maybe. You never know what's going to happen.
I'd like to, because right now it's itching the heck out of me.
Yeah, get that. Pull that out. Okay,
get it out of there.
Yeah, let's get it out of there. They bite. All right, so here we go. Here's Howard Ronan, the darling of comedy. Yes.
Howard.
Here he is.
Wow.
Isn't that cool? So great to see you. Howard.
Very, very psychedelic.
Yeah. Oh, I got to turn Howard's volume up because I turned him down because he was making too much noise back there. Howard, welcome.
Good afternoon, Joel and Jonathan.
All right. It's
Hello,
great to
Howard.
have
How are you?
I'm frightened. I don't know what to expect,
You're
so I'm
right.
going to just. I'm glad that I am not in that room with you. I'm here. You can't hurt me here, right?
That's right.
No, I can't. Now, hold on a second. Can I just say, it looks like, Howard, it looks like you're in the close-up room at the Magic Castle.
That's right.
And Joel, you are in the dining room right now at the
I
Magic
am.
Castle.
I'm getting something to eat. It's lunchtime.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
It's a
it's
beautiful
nice that you
buffet.
have those photos there. That's
Isn't
cool.
that good? You know, they were
No, I can
provided
tell
to
you,
me by the Magic
you know,
Castle.
you're not allowed to see the inside of the castle unless you're there. So the fact that you
Oh,
both
I
have
know.
these photos is
Isn't it cool? I mean, they're very generous over there at the Magic Castle.
I
I
won't
appreciate
look.
it.
They are.
Yeah. All right, so here we are. I do want to do a shout out to Hervé Levy. Is that how
Hervé.
you say his name? Hervé?
Hervé, our new general
Hervé.
manager at the Magic Castle. He's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one
Can
that
I-
hooked us up. He's the one that got me some pictures. Super cool.
Super cool. I have to say, we are can I just give some background here?
Yes, please.
So the Magic Castle, which has been around since 1963, is that right? And is the mecca of magic in the world. And we have, gone through many changes over the years. And then we entered 2020 and went into this lockdown, and we continue to provide entertainment and engagement and content, but our doors were closed.
Yeah.
So we have recently reopened, and lots of changes have happened there, including our new GM, Hervé, who is a delight and comes with such interesting history and knowledge. And he is now helping to lead this ship and guide his team.
So cool.
And it's pretty awesome. And we're just getting to know, and you mentioned the Board of Trustees at the castle. As the Board of Trustees, we're an elected group of individuals that are brought together to help or to guide the magic and creative side of the castle. And we've been getting to know Hervé and working with him. It's all very recent.
That's
and
great.
we're very excited about working with him. And
I'm very excited. I'm going to join the Magic Castle someday. I understand you have an audition that you have to do. I went over there, took classes. I took 2, level 1 and level 2, which is fantastic. I invite anybody to do that. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
You learn from like master magicians. I learned from Mark Wilson, who's since passed away. And Tom Ogden, and they've got great magicians there that teach you all the basics of magic. And then you have to do an audition to get into the castle, right?
Yeah, there's 2 ways to become a member of the Magic Castle. One is to be a magician member, and one is to be an associate member. And as a magician member, you do go through a vetting process and an audition process in front of a committee, of which I used to be on that committee before being elected to the Board of Trustees. And it's a wonderful process. I mean, it's really something. And what's fascinating about that process is we all remember what our audition was like, and we're looking for, not only are we looking for a certain level of technical skill and your adeptness in magic, we're also looking for your history in magic, your love for the art. It is a true vetting process, and we don't let everybody in. If we have 6 people that we're auditioning, we may let in 1 or 2 or none, so we are very selective in that regard. And so being a member of the Magic Castle is something that people really strive to be if they love magic. And we have had the gamut of people auditioning. It's everyone from actors and directors to surgeons and stunt pilots, and everybody you can imagine has come through that process.
I'm sure.
I remember we had a brain surgeon on, and not on. I feel like we're on a TV show. Brain surgeon come through, and his hands were shaking.
Yeah.
And
a brain surgeon.
Well, and that's the point, is that it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what your history is.
Yeah.
At that moment, everyone is the same. It is a level playing field.
Wow.
And for the folks that are auditioning, for them, this is the ultimate experience for them. And to come in and audition to be a member of the Magic Castle, to be a member of this place that they love so much and that they've revered their whole lives.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean,
really
it's just an incredible. It is a, there are two places I feel like in Los Angeles that are like the vortex of a profession, and one is the Comedy Store, which I feel like is the vortex of comedy, and then the Magic Castle, which is just the worldwide, undisputed vortex of magic. Where everybody comes there. All the great magicians come there.
Yeah, I think it really is. People travel from all over the world just to be there. And on a weekly basis, they hire some of the best magicians in the world to perform there. So it really is something special. And understand, I think it's important to note that performing there is not the same as being a member there. Those two are completely unrelated. We're obviously looking for a level of skill from our membership, but it's not the same as what we would be looking for performers that are performing as hired performers in the showrooms on a weekly basis. So people journey there just to come. It is an honor to perform there. It's very special. Yeah,
it's great. It must also be great to be around magicians all the time and be sharing secrets.
It's our clubhouse, right? It's where
there's some secrets in there. There's even a library in the bottom, right, where there's all these books, and only the members can go there.
I'm surprised you don't have a picture of that behind you.
I do. I have it somewhere. Anyway, okay. So let's get on with our illusion.
By the way, the library is one of the most extensive magic libraries you can find, and it is only open to members. That's one of the benefits of being a magician member, is that you can go in and read and research and do all of that. So it is one of the reasons that many magicians want to be a member, is simply to get behind those doors.
Wow, that is cool.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey, you want to try something?
Yeah, let's do it.
Howard, by the way, I don't know if it's I've had too much coffee today, but I feel like I am just blabbering on.
I love it. We're encouraging you. Please do.
Howard, I don't know anything about you.
I'm a brain surgeon. That's what I do for a living.
Something like that.
Amazing. Howard, you are. I thank you for joining me and joining us and imparting a little piece of magic.
Honored to be here.
Okay. All right. Let's try something. Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Howard, I'm just going to go through the cards. You just want to tell me to say. Just tell me stop.
Stop.
You want to keep going?
No.
Okay. My right or your left? Huh. Is that the same thing?
My left.
Right or left?
Left.
That's this one over here?
Yeah. No.
Okay, I'm going to show you the card, okay? I'm going to show you the card. I want you to remember it. And I'm going to look away. In fact, I'm going to get out of my chair. I'm going to look away because I don't want to actually see it, okay? I'm going to look away. I'm going to show the camera. I want you to remember the card. In fact, I want, Joel, you'll remember the card. Anybody watching will remember the card. I'm going to look away over here. Let me know if you can see it.
Yes, we can see it.
Don't forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I'm going to put it up here.
Okay.
In fact, I'll put it on this stand right there. Okay.
Okay.
So it's out of the way. Okay, so I don't know it. All right, so you know it. I don't know it. Joel, you know it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what we're going to try to do. In fact, actually, Howard, right?
Correct.
Have you ever heard of the birthday paradox?
I have not heard of the birthday paradox, Jonathan.
You have not heard of the birthday paradox. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The birthday paradox, by the way, make sure I'm not coming near it. It's way in the back.
Yeah.
It's not even important, but it's just so you have it. The birthday paradox states that if there are 23 people in a room, there's about a 50-50 chance that 2 people have the same birthday. Okay? That's a real thing. You can Google it. But I truly believe, Howard, that if you meet somebody with the same birthday, that you can connect on a cosmic level. I really believe it. So I ask this question often because I'm very interested. My birthday is April 20th. Is your birthday April 20th?
No, it is not, Jonathan.
Okay. I asked the question because you never know if that's going to happen. So I asked, when is your birthday? Just curious.
August 15.
Not even close. That's fine. All right, that's fine. Okay, we'll forget. We'll focus on that. I asked the question because Joel, I mean, if it were to happen, that's a cool thing.
That would be super cool. Yeah,
it would be sweet. But that's okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I would like to try something else. I want to do something with that. Now, the conceit of a card trick is that you pick a card and I either tell you what it is or I find it, I divine it, something. Now, I don't know what it is, but I know where it is. Now, you know what it is and where it is. But we're going to see if we can expand our circle of trust, especially in this virtual way. Howard, where are you located?
I'm in Northridge.
You're in Northridge, okay. And Joel, where are you?
I'm in Hollywood. Okay,
and I'm in LA. I'm in Newhall in Santa Clarita.
I'm not really in Hollywood. I'm in Los Angeles. I got to say Los Angeles. Now I don't even know where I am.
You're in LA. But we could be doing this around the world.
Right. I could be anywhere.
So we're going to expand our circle of trust.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to do. Let me turn down the brightness on this thing. Okay. I want us to see if we can make a connection with someone that we don't know. Okay?
Oh.
So we're going to call someone that we don't know.
What?
Okay?
Awesome.
We're going to see if we can make a connection with them.
Okay.
Across in this wacky way. All right?
Okay. Yeah.
And we're going to call someone. So Howard, give me in fact, you know what? Let's do this. Howard, give me an area code. Where should we call?
818.
Oh, right there in the valley. All right. Joel, give me 3 digits. We're going to call someone we do not know in LA.
325.
Okay. Now look, Howard, give me 2 digits.
42.
Okay. Now I'm thinking about this. I don't want everybody calling this person. You can't text me through this, can you?
No. Maybe I could. Do I have a text? It's a good question. I can't text you through the thing, and now you can't give me your number.
No, I can't.
I can email it to you.
People at home, don't call these people.
Don't call. Wait, they forgot.
Howard, give me 2 more numbers.
38.
Okay, we're going to call them. Now, we don't know this person. We're going to call them. Howard, do you want to talk to me or want me to?
Oh, Jonathan, I think you should talk to them.
Okay. You're afraid to talk to them. I understand.
Totally afraid.
All right, we're going to call them. If they answer, we'll ask them about that card, and we'll move on with our lives. All right, I'm going to call them. I'll put it on speaker. Here we go. We're expanding our circle of trust. We're trying something really out of the box.
Call cannot be completed as dialed.
Oh.
Please check the number and dial again.
Darn it.
What a build-up.
With another
all right,
one.
Joe, really fast. We'll do this really fast. If it doesn't work, I'll move on to something. I've got other things here. Joe, give me an area code.
206.
206. Is that Seattle?
Yep.
Great. Howard, 3 digits.
515.
All right, and Joe, give me 4 digits quickly. We'll just get through this.
3567.
All right, we're just going to call that person. We'll see if they answer, and we'll if not, I'm going to move on. I have other things to do, but we'll try it. We'll try it.
Hey, sorry, we got cut off. Do you need my membership number again?
Membership number?
No. Do not hang up. This is not a prank call, and I'm not trying to sell you anything. I promise. My name is Jonathan. Tell me your name.
I'm George.
George. I promise you, I am not trying to sell you anything. I just need a moment of your time, and I will explain what's going on. Okay? Do not hang up. I know this is crazy. My name is Jonathan. Okay? I am a magician in Los Angeles and down here in LA, and we are on a talk show right now that's being streamed online. Joel Marshall, and we are doing a magic trick, and we called you to help us with a magic trick. I know that's crazy, but do you have a minute?
Well, I do until AAA calls me back. I'm stranded and my car won't start, so.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
I thought you were AAA.
I'm wait, so are you in your car right now?
Yeah.
I am real.
This sounds like a prank.
It's not a prank. Here, say something. Joel, Howard, say something.
Hey there. How's it going?
Can you hear that?
Can you hear us?
Yeah. Are you on an iPhone?
Yeah.
It just sounds like a prank.
He's trying to FaceTime. Should we do that?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my God, there he is.
Oh my God. Hello. Hi there.
Hey.
Hi there. Okay, not a joke. Not a joke. My name is Jonathan. What's your name? George.
George.
Hello?
George, hi there. Can you see these folks here? You see them waving?
Yeah.
Okay, that is Joel and Howard. Okay? So you are a trooper for taking this call. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, unbelievable. Okay, and we're so sorry about your car, but I'm so sorry. I just needed a moment of your time. All right, this is Joel. Say hi to Joel. He's our host of the show.
Hey, lunch therapy. How's it going?
Can't believe it. Do you see Joel? You still there, George?
Hi, George.
George, you there?
Yeah, you keep freezing.
Okay.
Probably because you're outside. Okay. So, George, this is Joel. This is a show called Lunch Therapy. Okay. We're online right now. This is Howard. And here's what we need you to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Howard here, I'm trying to make a prove that we're all connected in some way. And we're trying to make a connection with people all over the world, and even you up there in Seattle. And Howard here is how do we get your number?
Yeah.
We made it up. We put in your area code, we put in random digits, we got you, and here you are on the show being live streamed on YouTube.
George, yeah.
It's crazy. Okay, Howard's very excited. All right, so here's what we're doing. George, Howard here is thinking of a playing card in the deck of cards, okay?
Okay.
I want you, do you know the cards? You play poker and all that?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right, I want you to think of any card in the deck of cards. I just want you to think of a playing card.
Okay.
Do you have one in mind?
I do.
Okay. Do you remember the card, Howard, Joel?
Yep.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. I want you, George, to say out loud so we can hear you the card that you're thinking of right now.
Just say it out loud.
Sure.
The King of Clubs.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. I can't believe it, George.
Yes, that is it.
George is like a mentalist. Yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Saw it right here on Lunch Therapy.
That's amazing.
Oh, my God, George.
That exact card. You said that card. That's amazing.
That's incredible. That is incredible, George.
That's incredible.
George should get a shirt.
Thank
George
you.
should get a lunch therapy shirt.
A battery.
Yeah, and a battery.
Hey, actually, can I ask you one more question before you go, George?
Yeah, I keep hearing somebody yell lunch therapy.
That is the show. So the show is, Joel is the host of this show called Lunch Therapy. It streams live on Fridays on YouTube. It's called Lunch Therapy, Joel Marshall. You can look it up and you'll find it. And in fact, this will be up there, right, Joel?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay, so you can watch this show.
You can watch yourself
later.
on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. Okay.
Okay. So you can watch yourself on the show on YouTube. So look at it. But I have one more question for you, and I just feel compelled to ask this, and I don't know why. But I have this feeling about connections. I'm just going to ask a question. Have you ever heard of the birthday paradox?
No, is it a movie?
No. Here's what it is. It states that if there are 23 people in a room, there's about a 50-50 chance that 2 people have the same birthday. That's a real thing, okay? You can Google it. But I really believe that if you meet somebody with your same birthday, you can connect on a cosmic level. I really, really believe that. And so I have a question for you.
Okay.
I asked this question because you're amazing. My birthday is April 20th. Is your birthday April 20th?
Oh, boy. I feel, after guessing the card, I feel bad. No, it is not April 20th.
Okay. All right. I asked the question because you never know. Actually, you didn't make the connection with me. You made it with Howard. Do you mind sharing with us what your birthday is?
Do I have to give the year?
No.
Just say it out loud now.
Sure.
August 15th.
Yes. You're 2 for 2.
Howard, when is your birthday?
I don't know anymore.
August 15th.
August 15th. We're Leos, George.
Unbelievable. That is
was
crazy.
great.
You have
George, you're
proven my
incredible.
point. Unbelievable. My mind is blown.
Mine
George,
is too.
you're amazing. Say goodbye to George. That's
Bye,
nice.
George. Go play the lottery. Hit the lottery.
George is right. No, you're George.
That's George. Joel.
No, his name isn't George too. His name is Howard.
That would be an amazing
I'll
coincidence.
change it.
That would be crazy.
I'm George.
Can I see Howard?
Yeah, he's right here.
Is this a skate? I mean, I feel like I'm being punked. Are you in on this?
My birthday is August 15th.
Is this freaking you out? I'm completely freaked out. This is so crazy.
I'm about to pass out.
Me too.
Amazing. Hey, George, thank you so much for taking the call. I appreciate it. Good luck with your car. We're so sorry. Good luck with the car. All right. Cheers.
Bye, George.
Wow. Amazing.
That was awesome.
Amazing. Holy smokes. That's incredible.
Well, Seattle people, they're very mental.
They're very nice.
They're very kind.
I don't know if I would have picked up the call if I was. Oh, he thought I was AAA. That's why. He thought I was AAA.
Yeah.
That's why.
We should have gotten his social security number next, though, because we had his birthday.
That's what we should have. Yes, we should have gotten his social security number. Hey, what does Chuck say there? The more people are together, the more they finally have in common. Hello, sign the door.
ESP. I can guess your name. Hello, address. Give me two. I don't know what you're saying, Chuck, but you're talking about we're all connected, and I like that. Chuck would have hung up the phone. He said,
"Thank you for taking part in that." Thank you, Howard.
Gannell still wants to know how David Copperfield made the statue disappear.
Yes, he did. Yes,
of course he does. 100%. We all do. We all want to know that, but no one's telling. What a show! All right, so now we're gonna have to end the show, unfortunately, on that incredible.
I want to contact George now. I'm going to text him.
We got to get him a shirt. Will you text him? Text him and ask him for his address. Yeah,
I have his number. Yes,
I'm going to get him a lunch therapy shirt for sure.
Yes, please.
That was awesome.
I have his number. I can reach out to him. That's awesome.
That's cool. All right. Well, the crowd is going wild. We're going to have to move into the end of the show, which is a dance party. I'm going to play a song. We're just going to enjoy it, and we're going to dance our way out. Dance them if you can dance if you want. If you don't want, you can just kind of hum along. It's a song that we all love, all know and love. So I just want to say thank you, Jonathan, for being on the show.
Yes.
Thank you, Howard, for coming in and hitting here and being the guinea pig. Really, really super fun. And thank you,
Howard. Thank you so much, and Joel, thanks for having me on the show. It was a real honor, a real pleasure. Thank you.
Fun. Thanks to the Magic Castle too, and Hervé, and it was just, so cool of them to hook us up. So if anybody wants to learn more about Jonathan Levit, you can go to his website, jonathanlevit.com, right? Am I right?
That's right. One T at the end of Levit.
Also, he does shows online, right?
I do shows online. You can follow me at Jonathan Levit on Instagram and Facebook, and you can, and also Cyber Magic Show on Instagram. Cyber Magic Show, doing virtual shows as well. So, yep,
right on.
Absolutely.
All right, so here we go. We're going to the dance break.
Everybody.
Whee! All right, here we go. This is a band called Electric Avenue, and they're playing Devo, which everybody loves Devo, right? And I'm just gonna dance around a little bit, because that's what we do at the end of the show.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Ride that wind. You don't have to dance if you don't want to.
You don't want me to.
Step on the crack.
That's not a good look on me.
Break your mama's back.
I got the time.
When a problem comes along,
whatever I do,
you must whip it for the cruise you down too long. You must
whip it. All right, this is Electric Avenue by Devo, or with the song by Devo.
Now whip
it is the song.
Into shape. Shape it
and
up.
let's just see what people have to say.
Get straight. Go
Great
forward.
show, epic.
Move ahead. Try to detect it.
Medicare
It's not too
music.
late to whip it. Whip it good.
Howie's doing a robot.
When a good song turns around, you must whip it. You must never live it down. Unless you whip it, no one gets the way.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next Tuesday. We got to say thank you to George also for his incredible mental powers.
Yes.
Oh my God. And thanks, Jonathan, from Guignel, even though he's mad that he never found out the answer to the disappearing Statue of Liberty. All right, we'll see everybody next Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Over and out.